There's three main areas where we, as humans in general, tend to struggle with our flexibility the most due to our lifestyles, the activities we do or don't do, and the work we spend most of our time doing. The main victims for this are the hamstrings, the hips, and the shoulders. So here's a fun little three-part test to take, which will give you a score of your flexibility. Share your score in the comments and see how flexible you rate. First up, how are those shoulders? Come into an all-fours position and keep your hips here on top of the knees as you then walk your hands away from you, allowing your chest to press down towards the mat. You score 1 point if your head doesn't reach the floor. You might enjoy putting a block underneath your forehead to rest onto for a nice shoulder stretch though. You get to score 2 points if your forehead touches the mat. And you score 3 points if you can look forwards towards your hands and place your chin on the mat. Now, to ensure there's no cheating, your biceps must stay alongside your ears or below them. There's no dropping your head to get closer to the mat. And remember, this is an arbitrary YouTube challenge. No pushing yourself far beyond your limits just for an extra point. Next up, how are your hamstrings? Being able to touch your toes seems to be the popular method of testing hamstring length, but it's a pretty terrible idea because a pike fold is actually very challenging and easy to get wrong, so try this instead. Place your heel on an elevated surface that is around the height of your knee. Flex the foot, toes to the sky, and keep your hips and body square, facing forwards. Take your arms out in front of you and form a fist, keeping your shoulder blades lightly pinned back. Now, importantly, we want to keep the torso straight, no rounding our backs forwards, but that's just for the purposes of a fair test. No cheating. You score 1 point if your hands don't reach as far as your foot. You score 2 points if your hands align pretty much in line with your foot. And you score 3 points if your hands can move past the point of your foot. Film yourself from the side so you can see how far you reach. Now, obviously you have two hamstrings, a left and a right, so see if you can score equally on both sides. Maybe choose your best score if there's a little bit of a difference. And then finally, let's look at those hips. Sit yourself down on the floor in a cross-legged position, sitting nice and tall through your spine. If your knees don't rest down onto your feet, or it's impossible for you to sit upright here, you score 1 point. If your legs comfortably rest down onto your feet, you score 2 points. And then if you can pick up your bum and move it back just a couple of inches, and the legs still rest down on your feet, you score 3. But I'll admit there's a bit of an elephant in the room here. Before we address that elephant, total up your score, get your friends to try it, and share below in the comments. But about that elephant, is there a reason that you didn't score too highly that is actually something far bigger than, completely unrelated to, tightness of your muscles? You're going to want to check out this video next to discover one of the biggest secrets that is make or break for your flexibility.